actually the war on Christmas, unlike the patriarchy, the wage gap, and campus rape culture, is actually real, actually a thing, actually exists. And we're going to just skip through a few examples of that. When I realized the war on Christmas was real, I did start to look for examples. And I found lots of them. I realized not only is there a war on, but Christians are losing it. And in their rush to placate anyone and offend no one, especially our friends from the Middle East, the left wants to shut down Christianity. Now, from the liberal reaction to Christmas, you would think Santa and his reindeer took down the Twin Towers. Too soon? Some of you were barely born. I remember where I was. No, never mind. I'm supposed to say that about when Diana died. You know Princess Diana? You know, Slut. She was. She was. You think Harry's Prince Charles's? Of course not. So good looking. How could he be the progeny of that old thing? Charles looks like a gonad. Harry's, the only hot ginger ever to have lived. Or maybe they believe it was Christmas shoppers who attacked non-believers with a knife in a Minnesota mall. See, I do my homework. No, I'm just kidding. They're all Muslims. Now, the exact people the left is trying to placate are, in many cases, America's burgeoning Islamic community. They honestly believe that if they grovel hard enough, they won't be murdered. They also believe if they squeeze their eyes hard enough and say magic words, Tinkerbell will make Hillary Clinton president. But alas, neither is true. It's not a leap to think for liberals that Muslims will someday love gays. They'll just magically wake up one day and be totally cool with the whole dick-sucking thing. If only they hug them hard enough. Well, newsflash, ladies, it's not a boner, it's a bomb. I told you I've been let off the leash this evening. Now, just like feminism and identity politics, the left has concentrated its efforts on young people like you. An annual poll by a public religion research institute shows that 66% of Americans under 30, so you lot, all of you, support saying Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas. No. Only 39% of those over 65 feel the same way. Here is a graphical representation Here's a graphical representation of that 66% of millennials who believe that we should say Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas. Old people know our country is in trouble, besides the Christmas thing, but when they tell kids to get off their lawn, these days the kids reply, actually, the lawn is the property of Native Americans and it was stolen by the white man, so maybe you should get off your lawn. The war on Christmas, however, continues unabated. It's just about the only concept held sacred by the progressive left, which is diversity, which basically means no white people, no straight people, nobody normal. I heard that. Strap yourselves in, there's a lot more coming. The war on Christmas continues unabated. It is about the only concept they hold sacred. Anything that promotes or supports the cult of diversity is good. Anything that is not inclusive is bad. In the minds of a liberal, someone who isn't Christian would be offended if we say Merry Christmas, so we shouldn't say Merry Christmas to anyone. This is insane. Completely insane. I think the problem is that most leftists only know people like themselves. Miserable atheists who don't believe in anything except the authoritarian control of speech and thought by the government. I know all sorts of people. Wasn't even a joke, but thanks. I know plenty of people. I know all sorts of people. I might wander up. I mean, I'm sort of technically Jewish, but sort of Jewish, you know. It's all right, most of them are better. I was raised Catholic, so, I might walk up to somebody and say Merry Christmas, not realize they were, one of the chosen people, and might say, what? I can say that. And they say, I'm Jewish. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, well, Happy Hanukkah, or whatever I might say, Most of the people I interact with are obviously celebrating Kwanzaa, but... What? That was nice, I was being nice. But whatever I say, the normal way to interact with well-adjusted, functioning human beings would just be say, oh, actually, I'm Jewish. Oh, okay. Oh, actually, I'm Muslim. Okay. Just kidding. This is how normal people operate in normal social situations. The only people who don't celebrate Christmas and can't mentally process Merry Christmas as anything except a hate crime are people looking to be offended. The sorts of people who wander around waiting to say, excuse me, that's really inappropriate. What the secular, soulless left fails to understand is that most people aren't as eager to take offense at everything as they are. Most people quite like to have a laugh. Most people quite like to be joyful. Most people quite like to have fun. And most people like Christmas. Most people like celebrating Christmas, irrespective of their religious beliefs. Most people, even atheists, use it as an excuse to come together to spread joy, love, and harmony, things that social justice warriors loathe. Lots of non-Christians around the world celebrate Christmas too, because who doesn't like exchanging presents? I particularly like receiving. But I also sometimes give. Now, these are the... Here's somebody who hasn't received in quite some time. Jessica Valenti. Why? What was that? It's going to land on her. Obama, Hillary, Valenti. No, I will not wrap all the presents. Why are women still responsible for holiday joy? What would you know about joy, you funless prick? Anyway, these are the sorts of people who don't like Christmas. The typical government and socialist drone intent on shutting down Christmas. She'd be terribly triggered by somewhere like Hong Kong. Any of you ever been to Hong Kong? No, well, Hong Kong is a city of many religions. Buddhism, Confucianism, Kung Paoism, Chicken Chow Mainism. I made some of those up. But they have lots of Christmas, the point is, they have lots of Christmas displays in Hong Kong. And they love, there's no snow in Hong Kong. Most people in Hong Kong have never seen snow. But they have it because they enjoy it, they appreciate it. It's a sort of nice thing to do. They recognize Christmas as joyful and lots of fun, and they put substance above diversity and offense-taking, just like we should. Leftists wage the war on Christmas using their traditional methods, government, fiat, and the court system. They never win voting, and they certainly don't win in the free market. So they bravely fight their battles through big government instead. Every year, and this is one of my favorite things to do every year, the Beckett Fund for Religious Liberty hands out an Ebenezer Award for the most insane government attack on Christmas and or Hanukkah. Now, a few recent winners are great. So 2015, the Department of Veteran Affairs won. Now, I hope Trump fixes this particular department, which seems from what I read to be the most appallingly badly run government department. It should be the best run government department. But in 2015, it won the Ebenezer Award for banning employees from saying Merry Christmas to veterans. They also banned singing Christmas carols in public spaces in their buildings. The Department of Veteran... What? No, yes. They really did. And this is the Department of Veterans Affairs under Obama. The 2012 award went to Governor Lincoln Chafee of Rhode Island. Have you heard of this guy? He's absolutely excellent. He renamed the state's Christmas tree to be the official holiday tree of Rhode Island. And in 2011, he was so embarrassed when people gathered at the tree to sing "Oh Christmas Tree." In 2012, he only gave 30 minutes notice to the town for the lighting ceremony. So he only gave people who lived there, who paid taxes, who paid him, to install this thing, 30 minutes notice, so not enough people would be able to get down there to sing "Oh Christmas Tree" when he turned the lights on the holiday tree. The 2012 winner was narrowly victorious over the city of Santa Monica, which shut down a nativity scene that had been displayed for more than 50 years. 50 years, but it suddenly wasn't good enough for Santa Monica. Residents got around that by staging a live nativity performance instead. You know, sort of mischievous dissidents, Christians. You don't think of Christians as being sort of hell raisers and mischief makers, but they do have their moments. There are more and more attacks on Christmas all the time, and they come from always from one political direction, always emboldened by the engorged government apparatus in this country. I was just over in Indiana visiting Memories Pizza. Wonderful family, wonderful little place, good pizza. Totally fucked over by cunts in the media. And now there's a little town called Knightstown, which has removed the cross from their Christmas tree because the ACLU sued them to get it taken down. It is crazy. If anyone still thinks the war on Christmas isn't real, I invite you to explain to the residents of Knightstown why the ACLU threatened them with a lawsuit. It's insane. It is just like Memories Pizza, but even crazier. I'd like to talk to you more about pizza, but I may get myself into trouble, so we're going to save that for another... No, there's no need to groan. I'm not allowed. I've been banned. I can't talk to you about it. No, I'm kidding. This is no singing of Christmas. One example of Christians fighting back in the war on Christmas came up last year with Starbucks cups. It sort of stopped being funny, and now it's being funny again. Starbucks cups, which are from Starbucks, looked like this a little while ago, and people were so mad about it, that this year Starbucks has had to bring them back, but with sort of customer designs. Starbucks capitalizes on Christmas with Christmas blends, Christmas tree ornaments, and all sorts of other touches. They just want everyone to like them, and this is one of the ways that social justice wins. It suggests to people that the way for everyone to like you and for your life to go well is to not offend anyone. Well, that's really not how to be popular and likable. That's how to turn yourself into an oppressive, miserable, joyless, funless cunt. So don't do that. I don't think that Starbucks actually really hates Christmas. They just want people to love them. But when Christmas is under siege, it sends a different message to conservatives, to Christians, and even really to anybody who wonders what the agenda really is behind all of this stuff. At least when Starbucks made their move, they kept it low-key. Braver leftists, I'm sure, would have done something more provocative with the Starbucks cup. Not just removing Christmas, but perhaps adding Islamic religious symbols, just for the sake of diversity. Islam, after all, is a religion of peace, and is how we should all live our lives, according to the Democrat Party. No, I mean, Hillary's team in the morning, after they've read their morning prayers in the direction of Mecca, get up and work out new ways that they can persuade people that we should do away with Christianity and replace it with something else. And I'm glad they didn't do that, of course, because this sort of move always backfires. There would be some sort of fatwa issued against these cups for violating an obscure rule in the Sharia that Islamic symbols must never be placed on intoxicants, and we'd have loads of Oregonian lesbian baristas with throats cut. Which actually doesn't sound so bad when you put it like that. Maybe that's all right. Oh. It's funny, I love that USA has become the sort of... Oh, you wish, baby. Oh. I wish they'd come and ask questions. I want them to come and ask... What's that, darling? No. The sad reality is I don't need to. I mean, I would. I'd be perfectly happy to stage a bit of drama, you know. It'd be like one of those plays where the actors are planted in the audience, you know. I'd be perfectly happy to do it. No, I'm sorry to tell you, your campuses really are this crap. I want them to stay, I want them to ask questions, but all they can do is shout names, call you names, get scared off by Navy SEALs. And then run with their tails between their legs at the sound of something that scares them more than anything else. Patriotism. And you guys shouting USA. It's telling that you have come up with this... Look, they ran away. She ran. She was like, USA, I'm getting out of here. Good heavens! Do you know the hell I had to go through as a European just to get a visa to be allowed to be here? And these ungrateful monsters born in the greatest country in the history of human civilization get sent packing by a USA job. Anyway, anyone else wants to make a little spectacle of themselves, please do it now. No? Good, okay. Now, Starbucks was a win in the end, because... Not that one, but... So to make clear to the lawyers, we are in no way implying that Subway should or has distributed cups with this particular design, which appears to be Mohammed Pedo Bear with a bomb turban. People have been shot for less.